So what is the ideal size for a life group? You know, life groups, they have, historically had various different sizes to the meetings that they've had. So this, again, is a bit of a generalization. There's no mandatory rules around the sizes of life groups, but this, in our experience, has been the most helpful guideline. So on the smaller end of a life group, we find that 6 or more, but 16 seems to be the cutoff on the smaller end of the spectrum. So especially if it's a life group of couples, we find that if one couple doesn't make it, then all of a sudden you're kind of on a double date with another couple. So we just recommend that no smaller than 6 be at the low end of the spectrum, and that can be a little bit adjustable with a group of singles or a group of the same gender, but 6 is kind of usually the small end of the size. And then we find that on the other side, 12 seems to be a number where people start to see the need to multiply their group or to maybe split their group. And so that's because 12, from a practical side of it, is even just space in someone's house to get together. A group of 12 who are sitting around in a circle discussing things, 12 becomes a really hard size to manage to fit inside of a home. But the other part of it is that 12 also becomes very difficult to have really meaningful discussion, really difficult to start to have really a depth of relationships within the group as well. So 12 on the other side of the spectrum is when a lot of groups start to consider whether or not they need to multiply or move their structure differently within the group.